The oldest documented place of Christian worship in Spain is in Mérida. In the late 1980s, a Roman house dating back more than 1,700 years was discovered in the city. Almost 30 years later, in 2008, the place was being refurbished for conferences and exhibitions. It was then that archaeologists found a hole at the bottom of the basement.
From the middle of the 3rd century, there were sources that spoke of organized groups headed by a bishop in Mérida. However, there had been no archaeological remains that, up to that moment, confirmed it. So let's say that there was a kind of imbalance between what the sources said and what we were finding at the archaeological level.
When archaeologists descended into the hole, they found paintings that were clearly Christian. There were images of a Chi-Rho in the center, as well as engravings of loaves, fish, and anchors. It was a secret church, since at that time there were frequent persecutions against Christians. This place of worship has been documented as the oldest in Spain.
Here we could confirm it. There are some religious remains, undoubtedly Christian, undoubtedly ancient, related to that house. The fact that they are hidden implies either that Christianity was being persecuted, or it implies that whoever lived there carried out the religious rites 13 feet underground. At the very least, the person was not trusting or had certain reservations about showing his religious affiliation or activity in a general sense.
Francisco Javier says he still gets chills when he remembers one of the times he went down into the excavation site. There, he found one of his colleagues sitting in silence praying the rosary.
And I asked him, "What are you doing? You are very quiet." He said, "Well, I'm praying right now. For me, it's a very powerful experience to be able to pray where people prayed many, many years ago, and after all that time, to be the first person to do it." I understood him quickly. It must have been something pretty special.
The goal is to open the remains of this ancient church to visitors in the future. Visitors will be able to experience what life was like for Christians in the 3rd century AD.